Alright guys, so this is the 4x4 tutorial you've all been waiting for. I will show you how to solve the 4x4 today, and the way we're solving the 4x4 is basically, first step is to solve for the centers. We're going to solve for 2x2 centers because as you noticed, the 4x4 does not have centers, so we have to make our own 2x2 centers. And then after making our own 2x2 centers, we would move on to making our we're pairing up the edge pieces, and after pairing up the edge pieces we then solve it like a 3x3. Now on a 4x4 there's something called parity. We'll talk about that later, but just to give you a brief example of parity, after you've done everything and you're solving for a 3x3, when you're reaching your OLL stage, the chances are 50% of the time you'll notice how an edge is flipped. That can never happen on a 3x3, but I'm not going to set it up to show you. But on the, just picture this as a 4x4. This is actually a fish spoon case, but on a 4x4, the edge can get flipped. So I will show you guys how to unflip the edges, and that we'll talk about later on. But yeah, on a 3x3 that can never happen. Alright, so let's start by learning how to solve 2x2 centers. Alright, so for making centers, I usually start with green, so we're going to do green. So we're going to look for our green pieces. Here are two, and we want to pair them up. So since we have a lot of freedom on the cube, because we're doing one center, we could just bring this piece down, then bring this piece down like that, and then bring it back up so they line up. Then whenever you pair up two pieces, make sure you make them vertical, like that. Okay. And then we'll look for the other two. Here's one, and there's one right here. One over here, and one over here. Okay. Since I could see from there that this is a bottom right piece, so we're gonna want this to become bottom left piece. So then we'll just bring it, and they will pair up. After that, we'll just move this out of the way, then bring it down, and there we have one 2x2 center. Now on a normal cube, across from the green center is a blue center. So we're gonna have to make a blue center here, and most of the time you'll have a blue piece, at least one across from the green. If not, we'll just have to bring one there. Alright, you know what? Let's make a case where you don't have any blues across from the green. How would we move them there? Okay, so there aren't any blue across the green, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to find blue piece, and we're going to bring it over to the green. You know what, we can actually pair up a piece. Alright, so here's a blue piece, and here's a blue piece. When I move it up, they pair. The thing is, we have to make a blue center, and we have to make sure that it's across from the green, so we have to bring this pair up here, so it's across from the green. So how do we do it? Well, bringing it up will result in breaking up the center. Don't worry about that. Well, I'll tell you why. First, we'll just bring it up like that, and then we'll bring this pair over here, like so. And then we'll just bring that layer we moved up back down. So this is on over here, and that's still intact. So we'll look for another pair. Okay, so we have this piece and this piece. Now, since these two pieces are between the green and blue area, we could just bring it down without any worries. And then here's what we do. Normally you'd think that we'll just bring this piece this pair up, and then we'll have the blue center, but then we broke up the green center. See, we moved that piece up. So how do we do it? Well, whenever we're going to fill in, we have two pairs, but we're trying to fill in the last slot. This is what we do. We'd usually cover that last slot, like the one on the right, like this. Like that. We want to line up the two pairs. That's what we want to do. We want to line up the two pairs, and after that, the pair on the bottom would be the one on the left. Vice versa. If that were to happen, it'd be on the right. If the pairs are over here. Let's say if your pairs are lined up on this end right here, then this pair would want to go here. So we'll have to bring this pair up, and then turn it so that this pair ends up on the left side. And after that, bringing it back down would result in that other pair we brought up connecting it here, and then the green will still be intact. So let's review that again. Okay, so we line them up first after we pair them up, and then we know that we want to get the pair on the bottom to go on this side. So bringing this down after we move this up, it will line up. So up twice, 1, 2, and then back down. There we have it. Alright, then after blue and green, yellow belongs between them, so we'll just make a yellow center for now. Alright, so here's a yellow piece, and here's a yellow piece. Match it, and then put it vertically. Here's another, here's a pair that's done, so we'll just turn this to the right, so when we bring it down, it matches. Okay, now, from here on, this is how we know if it's in the right order. Well, you have to do these three for sure. Blue, yellow, and green. And then Thros on YouTube, he's well known for making YouTube videos. His way was blue, mustard, blood, and I'll just tell you that way too. So just think blue, mustard, blood, clockwise position. So blue, yellow, red. Red always goes here in a clockwise position. Blue, mustard, blood. Like on a regular cube, we have blue, mustard, blood, red, blue, mustard, blood. Okay, so blue, mustard, blood, or blue, yellow, red, clockwise, always. Alright, so there's a red piece here, there's a red piece here. We'll pair them up. After that, bring them vertically, like that, then bring them back down. Okay, here's one piece, here's a red, and here's a red. We'll just turn that. Alright, so we'll just bring this red onto this this side first, up, onto the left, and back down. Okay. So here's the piece. We have a pair that's lined up vertically, but here's the piece that needs a partner. This is top left, this is bottom right. So we'll bring this to bottom left. So when we bring down the bottom right, we'll get it. So bottom right. Now that they're matched, bring them to the left vertically, and then bring that layer back up. Okay, so blue, mustard, blood. Just bring this up. Remember, we lined them up. See, this time is on the left. The same thing. This would want to go here. So line them up and then go up. This pair goes to the right twice, and then back down. Alright, and now you have two more. This is very easy because after you've done one center here, the other one's automatically done. Alright, so let's see. Well, they're sort of the same. Okay, so we'll do the white. Well, we know white goes here because opposite from yellow is white. So the blue, mustard, blood basically sets up the whole cube. Blue, mustard, blood. So we know that the white goes across from the yellow as always, and then the red and orange goes across. Okay, so we'll do white first. Yellow is over here, that means white goes here. Alright, so move that out of the way. So this is the bottom left piece, and this is the bottom right piece. So we'll just bring that bottom right piece up, and then line them up by turning it to the right and bringing it back down. Alright, now those both pairs are done. Okay, now we just have to get it. So then these two are lined up. We know white belongs here. We'll just bring the white up to the right and then back down, and then this should be complete also. Alright, so this is basically how you do the centers, and if you have any questions for this, just leave any video responses. Alright, now time to move on to the next part, filling up the edges.